I hope you are having a beautiful day today. But wherever you are, I'm really glad that you are here to find a little bit of practice and some breath. So this practice is going to be some movement, a little bit more active movement. And then we're going to work our way down to the floor where our postures will get a little bit longer and our breath will be able to get a little bit deeper. So I hope that you enjoy this practice today. You're going to want to have a blanket or two. I suggest having an extra blanket, maybe some rolled towels or stacked towels, and definitely a block or your book block for support in poses that are coming up later on. So let's go ahead and start seated today. We'll settle in here. Find a comfortable seat, rock side to side, find those sit bones. And then go ahead and rest your hands wherever they're comfortable for you, anywhere in your lap, your thighs. We'll close the eyes when you feel comfortable. Take a big breath in. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. And we'll do that again. Big breath in. And a big breath out. It might feel good to take a couple more here. Just see where you are. Let each exhale help settle you down. Settle you deeper into your seat here. Maybe taking a big breath in here. Just lengthen that spine a bit. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale. Let the shoulders relax away from your ears. And we find stillness. So just letting our breath flow just as it wants. We begin to notice this feeling of stillness. I'm going to go ahead and just check in. Check in with how you're feeling, both physically and emotionally today. Just notice those areas that might be talking a little bit louder to you, and as always, no judgment there. We'll begin to slow our breath down today. And I offer you to maybe place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, if that feels okay to you. But if you're not feeling that, no worries, just keep the hands wherever they are. But if you have that hand on the heart and the hand on the belly, we'll begin to breathe. And wherever you are, just begin to notice where you feel your breath today. As you breathe in slowly, deeply, what moves on your inhale? As you exhale, notice what softens. Feeling this movement of breath in your body today. Connecting with it. And then encouraging that breath as you breathe in next to go down deep into your belly and let your belly expand. And maybe let the heart lift. And as you exhale, soften the heart and soften the belly here. So as we slow the breathing, both the inhale and the exhale down a bit, we'll begin to equalize the breath, inhaling. Use a count in your own mind's voice. And then exhale whatever count your inhale was. Finding a balanced breath pattern here. Keeping the count in the back of our mind, but let our awareness really notice where our breath is flowing, seeing if we can fill that torso with breath. Noticing any rough edges. Notice where your breath might be stuck, staggered. And again, this is no judgment, just an observation. Just relax those areas and breathe. A few more cycles of breath here. And slow, steady inhale and a full, complete exhale. One more nice big round here. Big breath in. And exhale, big breath out. Go ahead, let the hands come down to relax if they're not already there. And we'll let the eyes float open today. We're just going to go ahead, we're going to inhale, we're going to let those arms sweep up. And we'll exhale, draw hands to heart center. 2 more times like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw hands to heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart. Maybe eyes close again. Take a few breaths here and maybe set an intention for your practice today. Always remember there's never a have to here. No pressure. Just notice what's in your heart. An opportunity to just let whatever's there rise up. Come into our awareness. Maybe something we can carry through our practice today. Whether we have something or not though, let's all seal an intention today. We'll breathe in deeply. We'll open the mouth, exhale, we'll let it go. All right, everyone, eyes open, arms sweep up, and we go ahead as we exhale. We're going to turn to the right and we're going to come into a twist. Let the left hand come across, resting on your right thigh. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, find your twist. Breathe here, slow, even breath down into your belly. The exhale, the navel draws to the spine. Next inhale, reach that right arm up and exhale, side bend out over your left knee. Little twisty stretch here for that right side body. Find space with your breath. Inhale, waist gets long, ribs separate, and then the exhale, settle into that space that you create. Inhale, come all the way up, return to center as both arms rise. Exhale, twist out the other side. Right arm rests. Remember, we're not cranking into the twist, but we inhale, we lengthen, and we exhale and soften into the twist. Nice slow breath here. Allow that inhale to float the left arm up, and exhale, side bend now out over that right knee. Fingers reach. Finding that space in your left side waist. Any other areas you might feel some lengthening. Inhale, come all the way up, reach on up, and exhale, let the hands float down. Let's go ahead and transition into our tabletop, hands and knees. Move in your own time, getting there, finding that cushion under the knees with a blanket if you need it. Getting the knees stacked nicely under the hips, hands level at the shoulders. And let's find some cat-cow today to warm up that spine. Inhale, let your belly drop, and exhale, round. Inhale, the belly softens, the gaze and heart lift. Exhale, we round, draw the belly up and in, chin to chest. Go ahead, follow your breath here. As we move through cat-cow, the breath is the boss. After a couple rounds, stay just like that or add some swaying movement. Maybe a hip to heel, little baby child's pose as you exhale. Inhale, coming forward, exhale, sway and round. We'll do that for a couple more rounds here, whatever you feel you need. Get to know what's going on in that spine today. And begin to really start to tune into that inner voice that guides us through our practice. One more breath wherever you are, inhaling, exhaling. Wonderful. Come back to a nice neutral table here. Inhale the right leg back nice and long, toes are flexed. As you exhale, draw the knee, coil it in. Look down at the knee. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, coil in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale, take it out, flex the foot. Exhale, draw the foot over to the left, drop it to the floor. Peek back over that left shoulder, press into your heel here. Maybe a little pulse up and down. Notice the calf muscle. Maybe a steady press would feel better. Again, listen to your intuition. And as you inhale next, draw that leg straight back behind you. Exhale it back into table. Other side, inhale, left leg extends long. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. Look down as if you could touch your nose to your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, take it long. Exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw the foot to the right, drop the toes down. Peek back over that right shoulder. Press into your left heel. Steady press or pulse. Keep breathing smooth and steady. Inhale, bring it back, and exhale, find table once again. Hands walk out, a full hand print out in front of you. And we're going to inhale, glide forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back, lower to your belly, feet separate a bit. Elbows tuck in as you inhale, lift for a cobra. Exhale, lower, and inhale to table. Exhale, child's pose, flowing like that. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale for a cobra. Exhale, lower. In. Exhale, hips to heels. One more time. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And then go ahead. Exhale, child's pose. A couple breaths here. Big breath into the ribs, back body. Exhale, soften. Again, big breath in. And exhale. Inhale, come into table and tuck those toes under. As you exhale, lift the hips. Keep a generous bend in those knees here, lifting into a downward dog. Again, with this generous bend in the knees, press the palms, the finger pads, especially under the index finger and thumb there, pressing the front of the mat away from you. Back gets long, lifting the hips up and back, and drop one heel and then the other. Bending and straightening into each knee here, nice and soft. Couple times, maybe a sway here, walk it out. Eventually, taking a nice big breath, really lifting those hips up and back, and exhale, settle the heels into your downward facing dog today. Heart melts towards the thighs, maybe give the head a little shake here. We're going to lift the heels, inhale, come up onto those tip toes, look forward, bend the knees, and maybe walk or step up to the top of the mat, coming so that both feet are in between your hands. Inhale up halfway, and exhale, soften the knees and fold over, hang here, let the head shake again. It might feel nice to grab opposite elbows here, create a little bit more traction in that back. Again, keep the knees bent here. So important so that we're not yanking into the low back and sacrum area. So knees, please keep those knees soft. Keep shaking it out. Maybe sway a little bit if that would feel good. And then everyone will go ahead and we'll melt the fingers down. We're going to inhale up halfway. We're going to exhale. We're going to fold forward. We're going to inhale up halfway. As we exhale, we're going to just bend the knees and lower the hips. Keep the back nice and neutral. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise on up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain posture here. From here, we're going to continue moving. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, soft knees, hands come down and through, fold over. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, soften and fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, let's inhale. Exhale, soften, fold. Inhale, rise up, find your half lift. Exhale, soften and fold. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to inhale, arms are going to sweep up. Exhale, soften, fold. We're going to plant the hands and inhale. Knees are soft. Step that right foot back. Or I'm sorry, step the left foot back. Keep the right knee forward. Coming into a high lunge here. The back heel is lifted. The quad is active. Plant the left hand on the ground. Inhale, the right arm up. Turning the heart out to the right. Stay nice and strong in your back leg. Find a nice twist. Reach for the ceiling with your right fingers. Take a breath in and exhale. Turn the heart back towards the floor and inhale. Rise on up. Finding a crescent lunge here. Settle in and arrive. Find that crescent. Again, nice strong legs here. Feel your strong foundation. Feel solid. Soften the shoulders. Relax your jaw. Finding movement here. We're going to inhale. Exhale, lean the heart forward, sweep the arms to airplane arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward and back with those arms. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to inhale up, exhale, drop your back heel and flower open warrior two. Finding the adjustments you need to make, settle into your warrior. Baby toe edge of that foot sealed to the mat. Drawing in and up on that inner thigh of the back leg. Nice and strong. Peeking down. Noticing if that knee is in line with your toes. Right in the middle of the foot. Reach. Soften shoulders. And soften your jaw. Warrior two. Take a breath or two here. We're going to inhale, let that arm sweep to the back, straighten into the knee. And we're going to exhale, we're going to rainbow it up and over, coming into almost a triangle, but the arms are reaching out. Inhale, the left arm sweeps down and back. We lift the torso. Exhale, settle back into warrior two. See if we can follow that again. Draw the right arm back, straightening. Inhale. Exhale, rainbow over. Inhale, bring the torso up. Left arm sweeps up and back. Exhale, palms turn down. Warrior two. Let's do it again. Inhale, back, straighten. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, left arm sweeps up and back. Lift the torso. Exhale, back into warrior two. Beautiful. We're going to lift that back heel, lifting the left heel. And we're going to pivot the feet, turning the torso up and forward. Arms reach forward. Big breath in here. And exhale. Go ahead, straighten into that front knee and dome on over. Let that back heel drop towards the earth here. Let the head and neck go, nice and soft. Slight micro bend in that front knee. And maybe we inhale, just lift the back of the heart a bit. Exhale, soften and melt down out over that leg. Notice where you feel some stretching, some opening and lengthening. Another breath. We're going to inhale, bend into that front right knee, plant the hands. Slowly drop the back knee, draw the right knee back. Finding our table, melting down, exhaling onto the belly. Inhale, find your cobra, maybe even an up dog. And exhale, come back into child's pose. Tuck your toes. Take a breath in and exhale. Lift back on up, find your downward dog again. How does this one feel? Does it feel any better than the first one? No right or wrong answer here, just notice. Lift those hips, breathe in, and exhale, soften, melt into your downward dog here. One more cleansing breath. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, come up onto tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward, and come on up. Either step or walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Once you arrive, inhale up halfway, and exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. Bend the knees, lower the hips. Inhale, press and lift. Rise all up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, soft knees, fold forward. Inhale up. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to this time step that right foot back. Find a nice lunge. Maybe tick-tock that foot back. Get your foundation set. Keep the right hand on the floor. Inhale, left arm out and up, reach. Easy twist. Just a couple breaths here, getting long. We're stacked, wrist, shoulder, shoulder, wrist. Breathe in here, exhale, return the heart towards the mat, hand comes down. Set that foundation and inhale. Rise up. Exhale, settle in. Find your crescent warrior here. Reaching up, shoulders soft. Strong, steady foundation in our lower body. Inhale. Exhale, lean the heart forward, arms sweep back. Inhale, rise. Exhale. In and take it up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. This time, inhale, rise on up. Exhale, drop that back right heel, flower open, warrior two. And make those little micro adjustments you need to make to settle into your warrior. Feel strong. Feeling grounded through the feet. Couple breaths here before we start moving again. Notice what you're feeling in your body. And then we're going to go ahead as you inhale, straighten the knee. That left arm sweeps back. Exhale, rainbow over, tilting forward, reaching out. Inhale, the right arm comes down, straighten up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, sweep the left arm back, straighten into the knee. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, right arm comes up, torso lifts. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, sweep back. Exhale, rainbow up and over, reach. Inhale, arm back and up. Exhale, warrior two. Good. We're going to go ahead and lifting our back right heel, pivoting the heart, reaching the arms forward. Again, that little tricky transition. Take a nice big breath in and exhale, dome over, starting to straighten into that front leg, head and neck get really soft and relaxed. Pressing, letting that back heel melt towards the earth. Let your inhale lift the back of the heart a bit, and exhale, go ahead, melt on over. Think about that hip crease, maybe drawing it back just a tiny bit. Notice where you feel the lengthening happening for you. Almost a 2-for-1 here. We can feel maybe some sensation in the back of the shin or the back half muscle in the right leg and along the back of the leg of the left. Just notice where you're feeling it. And then inhale, slowly bending into the knee, letting the hands frame out the foot, drop the back knee, and go ahead, draw the left knee back. Go on an exhale, lower down for our flow, elbows tuck in, feet move slightly apart. Inhale for your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, we lower. Inhale to table and exhale, child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And exhale, either lower your belly all the way back or go ahead and exhale right into your child's pose. Big breath into the back body. And exhale, melt yourself down. Inhale, come up into table. We're going to go ahead, we're going to tuck those back toes. Take another big breath in and exhale. Find your downward facing dog. Last one. So settle in here. Maybe taking another big breath in, press into the hands, lift those hip bones up and back. Exhale, melt the heels back. Heart melts back. One more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Lifting up the heels, up to the tip toes, bend the knees, look forward. Go ahead, step or walk all the way up. Feet come between the hands. We're going to inhale up, halfway. And exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, go ahead and rise. As you exhale, slightly bend the knees and tick-tock your feet out to the edges of the mat. The toes are going to turn out, heels are in. We're going to breathe in one more time, lifting ourselves up halfway. And as we exhale, bend the knees, and we're going to lower those hips. And we're going to sink ourselves down into our Malasana, yogi squat, drawing the hands to our heart, elbows pressing out on those inner legs there. If this is really too much and you're like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do this today, remember we have these props. If you have your book block or a regular block, you can always set that up underneath the hips, and you can still find that opening by pressing out on the elbows, but it's a little bit more gentle. So just choose whatever option feels best for your body today. Remember, one is not better than the other. What's best is whatever your body is craving and needing in this moment. Some days we're wanting a little more sensation. Some days we're wanting a little bit less, a little bit gentler approach. So please honor where you are. So we're just going to sit here for a few breaths here, letting the hips sink. We want to lift the heart. We want to draw the belly in, lift the pelvic floor a bit. And then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to release those hands down. We're going to let the hands come behind us, and we're going to let the bottom find the earth. If you were up on a block, you can just go ahead and remove that and find your way back to seated. So let's go ahead. I'm going to turn to face the front of the mat here. Coming into some seated postures. We are now down on the ground, so we're going to start finding a little bit more slower approach, deepening our breath a little bit. I like to sit up on a blanket. It just really helps me in my seated poses to have my hips elevated. So I encourage you to take that same choice if that's something that works for you. So we're going to extend both legs long out for a moment, and let's give them a little shake here, maybe a roll side to side. After that, Malasana might feel really good. And we're going to take our left leg. We're going to draw the knee in, and we're going to bring the sole or the heel of your foot all the way up to that middle of this, where the sit bone is. We're going to draw that foot in as much as we can, as close in to our hip as possible. So we're going to bring this right hand back behind us, right behind the hip, and we're going to just slightly turn the torso. We want to draw the left rib cage forward inside that left thigh. And we're going to reach forward with the left hand. Use the right hand to press Lift, inhale, exhale, reach, lean forward, and let the hand maybe, if you have it, grasping the foot, the outer baby toe edge of that foot. Maybe you can grab slightly, again, just for support, the outer shin, anywhere along the outer leg. And we're just gonna press into that right hand, pushing ourselves forward, coming into a nice little forward fold here. You want to keep that extended leg, foot flexed, toes pull back towards you, and breathe. And as you inhale, we're going to bring the torso back up vertical. Keep the left hand to the outer right side of your leg, anywhere it goes. And then we're going to inhale that right arm up and back, twisting the heart and the gaze out towards the right here. Nice breath here. Inhaling, exhale, coming on back to center. Go ahead and extend that left leg out, and we'll draw the right foot in. Remember, we're bringing the heel of the foot as close as we can up to where that sit bone is. And we're going to turn the right rib cage to the inside, drawing it forward to the inside of that right thigh there. Place the left hand behind you. Reach that right arm forward. Press into that left hand to help send the heart forward. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and continue down. Reaching again, maybe the baby toe edge of your left foot, or anywhere along the outside of your left leg. The inhale lifts our heart, and exhale, we fold forward, using that left hand to help press us gently forward. As you inhale, slowly draw your torso back up. Again, letting that hand just float up the outer left leg, and inhale, send the right arm up and back. Turning the torso, the heart, the gaze out towards the left. Come as far forward as feels good for you, opening up those inner thigh, the groin here. Notice the breath. Can you keep the breath flowing smooth and even all the way down into the low belly, and exhaling fully and completely? Inhale, rise on up, nice and easy. Draw your knees in and send them out long. Flexing the toes back towards you. We're going to inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, go ahead and draw forward. You can get a little soft here, let the head and neck go. Inhale, roll back up, arms sweep up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, go ahead, bring it up. This time, as you exhale, come forward, cross your right arm over your left, and go ahead and bring those hands to the outside of the shins, the legs, maybe the outside of the baby toe edges of your feet, and just let the head and neck hang heavy here. Keep a slight micro bend in those knees here. just breathe. Let your shoulders straight forward. Feel the shoulder blades perhaps moving away from one another, opening up that space between them and the upper back. Breathe into that space. And then exhale, melt. Inhale, we rise up, unwind the arms, reach. Exhale, left arm comes over right. One last forward fold here. Opposite hands on the outer legs, baby toe edges of the feet. Let yourself melt. Breathe into the upper back there, right between the shoulder blades. Back of the heart here, let it fill. Exhale, let yourself soften. Inhale, releasing, coming all the way back up. Let the shoulders roll a couple times. Okay, we are going to come into a pigeon pose, one of my favorites. So we're going to want to have some props handy, so make sure you've got your maybe blocks, extra blanket, towel. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to transition into tabletop. I like to come into pigeon from tabletop. You might want to leave a blanket underneath those knees here. It helps, I find, for some comfort level in the back knee. So from tabletop, we're going to draw the right knee forward up towards the hands. Place it on the floor. And we're just going to slowly move the right foot out to the left. It can stay close into the groin here. We're going to lift the back left toes and we're going to start to wiggle walk, tick-tock that foot back, sinking the hips down. When you feel ready, you can untuck the toes and let that back knee rest. You can move the foot out a little further if you'd like, flexing into the foot, or you can bring the foot back closer into the groin. It really is all about your personal choice and how your knee feels. If you find you have a lot of space here in the hips, and they're not reaching the ground, that's absolutely okay. That's where our props are for. So maybe we can take a block and we can slide that underneath the hip. Or you can use your towels or even a blanket here. Just kind of wedge it underneath that hip so that you have support underneath the hip. So using whatever you have handy for you, get those hips nice and settled in. We're going to inhale, we're just going to lift that heart for a moment. Get nice and tall in the spine, nice and long. And when we exhale today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to let our pigeon take a nap. So we're going to walk out maybe to the forearms or just sink down as much. And again, props are wonderful here. Maybe we use blocks. If it's available, you're certainly welcome to take your pigeon all the way down and rest the forehead. And here's where we settle into some stillness and become aware of the breath. As you begin to surrender into the pose, into this posture, allow the posture to embrace you. Let it embrace your body. Make sure your jaw is still soft. Keeping the awareness onto the breath and sensation. Couple more breaths here. Transitioning very slowly, lifting ourselves up, easing slowly the torso back up. Removing any support that you had under that hip. We're just very slowly going to ease our hips up and draw that right knee back into table. Set yourself in table and then inhale that right leg back and exhale it out over to the left, just as we did at the start of our practice. Gently press into the heel, peeking back over that left shoulder. You're always, of course, encouraged, if you have a favorite way of countering pigeon that you practice regularly, please take that. And we'll eventually just go ahead and bring ourselves back into that tabletop, ready to set up for pigeon on the other side. So make sure you gather any props that you need out onto that left side of your mat. And when you're ready, draw the left knee forward, place it up by your hands, move the left foot out to the right side of your mat. Tuck the back right toes and wiggle walk tick-tock that foot back, settling the hips down, maybe getting that support underneath that left hip if that's something that you need. So sometimes it takes a few moments to get ourselves set. We always want to take our time and make sure we're set up for maximum comfort, even though this is can be a really intense pose for some of us. Once you're ready, you'll inhale just to lift the heart for a breath or two. And then on an exhale, we'll go ahead and settle forward. Let the pigeon take a nap. So again here, maybe setting up a block under the forehead, or maybe if you can make it all the way down. Remember, it's not about getting all the way down, it's really just finding your edge in this pigeon pose, that sensation, very intense little stretch here in that hip. So if we're finding that it's a slightly uncomfortable, discomfort is sometimes okay in our practice as long as we're not in pain. There's a very big difference between discomfort and pain. So if there's pain, we're always going to back out very slowly and find an alternative. If this is intense, remember, pigeon on the back always works as well. Reclining pigeon. But if you're just at that edge, just begin to use your breath here to breathe into your sensation. Once again, seeing if you can just surrender into this posture. Really keeping that awareness and focus on the breath in. Slow, steady inhale, and an exhale, full and complete. We'll take 2 more cycles of breath here. Very gently lifting ourselves up. Remember, please go slow. Lifting the torso and the heart. Get the hands set under the shoulders. We'll press gently, lifting the hips, drawing the left knee back into table. Set table for a moment and then go ahead, breathe in, take that left leg back. Exhale it out over to the right. Let the gaze peek back over that right shoulder. Press into that heel. A couple cycles of breath here. And then inhale the leg back behind you, bring it back into table, exhale. Give yourself a little sway here if you'd like. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna transition back onto our hips, our seated, but just to transition onto our backs. So we can set the blanket aside or leave it there if you'd like some cushion under the back. Before we roll back, please make sure you have your book blocks or your block with you so that it's handy. So let's bend into our knees. We'll go ahead, you can hold the back of the thighs here or the front of the knees. We're just gonna kind of curl into a little ball here, bring the nose toward the knees, and we're just gonna slowly, slowly let ourselves rock onto the back, keeping the knees in at the chest and rock side to side once you get onto your back. Maybe make a few circles. If with the knees that might feel good, it always feels good to kind of give that low back a little bit of extra attention. And then from here, we're going to breathe in and we're going to starfish out. So we're going to take the feet off the mat, off the edges of the mat, arms out wide. Exhale, curl yourself in, give yourself a hug, squeeze nose to knees. Inhale, starfish out. Exhale in. Inhale, starfish. Exhale in. And then inhale to starfish. Get long, exhale. Relax, one big stretch. Inhale, get wide, get long. And exhale, sink into starfish. Notice where you're feeling any sensation in the limbs, body. From here, we're going to take the left leg, we're just going to gently lift it and draw it over to the where and have it meet the right. And we're going to take the left arm and we're going to sweep it up and over and slightly curve in, and we're going to create a little banana shape on our mat. Arms and legs reaching out over to the right side of your mat. Little crescent moon shape if you'd like. And a beautiful side stretch for the entire left side of your body. Just gonna bring ourselves back to starfish. Inhale wide, get long, big star. Exhale, soften, sink back. Right leg now comes over to meet the left. And the right arm sweeps up and over, and we curl gently over into our little crescent moon or banana shape out to the left side of our mat. Notice what you can sense in the right side of your body. Then we'll go ahead and we'll open up to starfish one last time. Breathe in, get big. Take up space. Exhale. Come on back down. I'm going to slowly draw each knee in. We're going to roll over onto the left side. Bring the right arm up and over and across. And we're just going to inhale. We're going to flower open. And we're going to exhale, come on back over. Inhale, flower open. Exhale, come back over. Inhale, open. Exhale. And then inhale, flower open. Let the arms rest in the T position. Maybe our gaze goes out over to the right as well. But always check your neck. And if that's not comfortable, maybe turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. It can even be in the same direction as your knees. Remember, every time we come to our mat, it can be different. As we inhale, we'll draw the knees to center. We're going to exhale the knees out to the right and let the right arm come up and across, reaching out to the right side of our mat. Inhale, flower open. Exhale, roll it back over. Inhale, open. Exhale, over. Inhale, open. Exhale. And finally, inhale, we'll flower open and we'll stay. Nice, easy twist here. Melting back. Notice if you're gripping anywhere. Are you gripping in the shoulders? Are you holding any tightness in your jaw? Try to soften and release and relax. And when we inhale, we'll bring those knees back up to center. You can give them a little hug here if you'd like, a little sway back and forth. And then we're going to let the feet both find the mat. Keep the heels a little bit closer up to the hips. We want to grab our block or our support, our book blocks if that's what you're using. We're going to move into a supported bridge. So if you're using the book blocks, I would really encourage you to also maybe put a soft towel on top because those books are probably pretty hard. And I would also encourage you to use the larger side rather than stacking it up on those edges. So we're just going to take whatever support we have, we'll press into the feet, lift the hips, slide that block underneath. Remember, we're resting it on the bony part of the back of the pelvis, our sacrum in the back of those pelvic bones there. So get yourself set there. Let the arms just come to rest out to your sides. And if it's comfortable, go ahead and let your eyes close here. Just a mild little lift of the hips here. And depending on how you feel today, it might feel really nice to just stay in a supported bridge. But I always offer you, if you're feeling as though you'd like to have a little inversion, you can go ahead and send those feet up to the sky. here also, please tune in and maybe just stay here. Maybe some movement might feel really good. If this is the end of the day of your practice, if we kind of wiggle the toes, flex point, circle the ankles, it helps encourage some of the fluids that tend to congregate at the bottom of our bodies to go ahead and flow back up in towards our heart. So just take a few moments here to find whatever works for you. Movement, stillness, legs up, legs down. Eventually, if you have those feet up, we'll bend the knees, bring the heels towards your hips, and then one at a time place each foot back on the earth. Take one cycle of breath here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll lift and remove that block, settling the back very easy onto the earth, and let that low back settle. We'll take one more little hug here and just roll it out on that low back, slow and easy. Take those knee circles. Making sure you take it in both directions. And then find your stillness. Take a big breath in and exhale. Go ahead and extend long. Let's find our Shavasana today. If you'd like to use support under the knees, maybe schnoodle yourself up with a blanket, a neck roll, anything at all that helps support you in your Shavasana, makes you the ultimate comfort. And once you settle in, take a big breath in and exhale, open the mouth, let it all go, melt back. Unfurrow your brow, let all the muscles in your face relax. Soften the cheeks and the jaw. Soften the collarbones, let the shoulders open, melt back towards the earth. Releasing tension in the shoulders, letting it drain down your arms, all the way into the palms and out your fingers. Come into your heart space and soften the area around your heart. The chest rests back on your shoulder blades, and the shoulder blades onto the floor. Relax your belly. Feel the weight of your sacrum and back of the pelvis heavy on the earth. Release the gripping and holding in the hips, and let all of that drain down your thighs, over your knees, into the shins and the calves, through the ankles into the feet, and out your toes. Feel the whole back body, every point of contact resting heavy on the earth as the earth rises to hold and support you completely. So you can let go and just be and rest. Shavasana. please stay here in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. When you're feeling ready, we'll just take a big breath in and exhale, let it go, and let your breath deepen here, bringing fresh life and energy into the body, encouraging you to find whatever gentle movement you'd like to take to help move you from stillness back into movement. Eventually feeling ready to draw one knee up and then the other, rolling over onto your right side, and rest here for a few moments and notice the effects of the practice, how it's manifesting in your body here. And when you're feeling ready, gently pressing yourself up, returning to a nice comfortable seat. Perhaps kneading together, bringing our hands together in front of our heart so that we can seal our practice today with a final breath. We'll inhale deeply. We'll open the mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll bring our fingertips up to our foreheads so that we may have peaceful thoughts, to our mouth for kind words, back to our heart for loving action. And from my heart to yours, so incredibly grateful for sharing this time and this practice with you. I thank you for coming to your mat and sharing your practice with me. The love and light that's in me sees and honors that beautiful divine light in you. Namaste.